Can anything fucking work ever? That'd be great. There we go. Sorry, I had a customer come in. Which you'll be happy about, Vibe. You'll be happy about. These were the ones I was expecting. Yeah, sorry about that. He was yapping. He was yapping pretty hard. Oh, Vibe told you that I was streaming and he was still second. Sad. Sad. I've had a busy morning. So let's see here. So this is going to be a stick drift repair. Stick drift repair and cleaning. So you'll get to very easily see, Vibe, how to get into one of these fuckers. Let me go get the bits I need. Oh, you think so, Brewer? Yeah, this is my day job. I own this business. We were going to be refurbing some Switch controllers and a PlayStation controller, but we'll get this guy's stuff done first. Even though I quote a business day. So we're gonna do this one first. So to get into these, I just kind of got into it. I was modding Game Boy Colors and Game Boy Pockets to have like backlights and LCD screens, and I needed a job at the time because I just moved back from Japan, and I had an interview with a repair chain. You break, I fix, and I brought that I brought that Game Boy with me for my interview, and that got me hired, bringing that Game Boy. And then I was there for a while. I got really unhappy with the business because they switched over. They got bought out by an insurance company called Assurion, and it just became into an insurance salesman position, and I didn't enjoy it anymore. We had this affiliate that we worked with, which I will not give the name of, because it is my current business. I grew a rapport with the owner of the previous owner of this business. This was the first smartphone repair store in my city 15 years ago, and I started working for him about 3 years ago, and I took over ownership last year. So there we go. Okay, so Vibe, you be watching. You be watching. These things are a pain in the ass to get into. They're a pain in the ass to get into, and there's no real good way to do it. You just kind of got to be rough with it. You have to lift these panels up, and sometimes you can get into it easier up here. Sometimes down here, it just depends on the controller. So you're definitely gonna want to get some kind of like spudgers, preferably plastic. Preferably plastic, but plastic will often break in these. So I use metal only because I know how to not damage them most of the time, because you'll scuff the edges. I make it look easy. I promise you it is not. These are a pain in the fucking ass. And actually, Xbox controllers are why. Yeah, here we go. Xbox controllers are why I quote a business day turnaround on controller repairs. There we go. They do be dangerous business. But what also sucks is so these are like the generic spudger. This top half will always break off in these. It sucks. But I get so frustrated with these with the Xbox controllers that like I have to quote a day. Girl at the rock show. I'm a pro spudger, yeah. So what are these ones? Are they a T8, right? Yeah. These might need a cleaning as well. Apparently their kid dropped like juice on it. So we'll see how that goes. But so the Xbox controllers have 5 screw points, 2 underneath each of the panels, and actually 1 underneath the battery cage. Up with the girl at the rock show. I was feeling Blink 182 today. Girl at the rock show. And then for you, Vibe, you're basically done. You just need to pop this part off. There's this little mid frame here. Just be careful with that so you don't like snap those little holders. Come on, there we go. So that comes off. And then now it changes a little bit depending on which model you have. Typically they're going to have hooks on the sides. Oops, sorry. They're going to have hooks on the sides here. And so that comes off. And what has likely happened to your Xbox controller, Vibe, is this tooth. This tooth is probably broken on your controller. And so it's kind of covered up here, but you can kind of see in there's that little button cage. And that tooth pushes the button in there, and this is probably cracked in some way that has broken. Yeah. Have I listened to their newish reunion album? I don't think so. I think, you know what? No, I think I listened to like the first single, and I wasn't too keen on it. I wasn't really that big into Blink 182 growing up, so I don't have much nostalgia for them. But you know, I'm a '90s kid. I like them enough. Breathing has got too loud. Okay, I always forget the order that these are in. So I always take I have so many pictures of Xbox controllers. Because these have 4 cables on each side for the handle rumbles and the trigger rumbles, and you do have to put those back, obviously, in the right orientation. Wait for a while. This time is my old days in the summer. The fuck? Oh. How you doing, Twine? Good to see you back. Hope you're doing well today. But no, yeah, no, I don't think I've listened to their full album. Chat, did you know that one of the Blink 180 tours is a avid ufologist? Like way over the deep end kind of a ufologist, the one like the ancient alien the ancient alien pyramid kind of ufologist. Once again, he goes to all the conventions. Is this on the new? This one doesn't sound familiar. I say that, but there's a song off of their self-titled album that I didn't know. Oblivious? Like I don't think I'd ever heard that song before somehow. The second track on this album? Where do we go from here? Oh, right. Okay. So there are other torque screws in here. Is it this one? I don't have. I don't. I need to resort them. No, too small. Oh, that's a Penelope. Your list time. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. T4. Or is it a T5? It's been a minute since I had an Xbox controller in here. Where's my T5? There it is. Okay, it's T5. Typically, torque screws on all these things are T8 to T10, but these inner ones are smaller T5s. Taking this way too slow. So, for whatever reason, the Xbox controllers are a dual layered controller. So they have a motherboard and a daughter board. And the daughter board has the joysticks and the charging. No, not the charging. It's that bottom port, which I guess can be a charger. But like, what even goes in there? Controllers? Yep. All right, so we are replacing. No, I don't want to restart Windows. Excuse me. So we're replacing left stick. Left stick. Left stick, so this one. All right, so how I do this is sort of multi-tiered. I'm sure there are more efficient ways to do it, but this has been the safest way for me, I feel, to do it. Come on now. Excuse me? The hell was that focus? Here. It'll do. It'll do. I'm just triple checking I got the right control. Yeah. Because it really sucks when you replace the wrong one. Okay. Where's my sucker? There it is. Yeah, this song. I have never heard this song in my life before. So I typically add a little solder to what I'm working on, just so it like melts a little easier, it feels like. I think it's because in the factory they use unleaded solder. So our primary business um, is cell phones and tablets. So like we started late today because I had a priority cell phone repair to do. Um, we do Samsung, Apple, Motorola, LG, uh, Samsung tablets, iPads, and then we do Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox Ones, and 360s. And I am the only person in town that repairs standard controllers. And I do not live in a small city, so. But I have tried to pivot the business more into video game console repair. I started like doing this professionally 2019, I think it was. Oh, the Spotify's not up. Why didn't anybody say something? You got to tell me these things, gent. Oh, it's what? Where is it? Where are you? Where is Spotify? Why can't I show it on the screen? Oh, is it because okay. I can't minimize. No, no. There it is. There it is. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Clean up my flux before I start sucking. Yeah, I don't like how this is holding. Why is it being weird today? Is it because I typically do it like this instead of... Yeah, I think that's... Okay. It's been about a month or two since I had an Xbox controller come in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a lot better. Already. But yeah, no, I got into it just because I had an interest in modding Game Boys, and here I am, a business owner at possibly, quite possibly, the worst time to be a business owner in the tech industry. My prices haven't gone up yet, but oh boy. I wish you could see better. I do plan to get a better camera, Chad. I'm sorry. You could be seeing what I'm doing right now, but you can't really. Because it's not fucking focused. Yeah, the camera I use, it has autofocus, but I can't do it when I'm capturing a video feed like this. This camera, it's a Nikon D 3300, and it wasn't until the 3600 when they started letting you just do uncapped video feeds. Like if I don't have the focus button constantly pressed, which keeps it on a specific focus, it'll shut off after 5 minutes. So basically all I'm doing right now is just sucking solder out of holes. Oh, Zem, did I link you specifically to the Game Boy video last night, or did you happen to see it posted in the media channel? Because if not, you should check out that video. It's so awesome. There was a 16 player Game Boy game. It was unofficially 16 player. And it was about them getting it to work as 16 players, which required a customized link cable to do it right, because after 9 links, there's a voltage issue. You know, some people can like get it to where like they just completely suck all the solder out. I've never had that. I've never developed that skill. So this is why I do this in 2 parts. You know what? I don't really. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay. Crotch cam time, chat. Oh, okay. So we're gonna mute for a minute while the heat gun is out. But first, I need to lube her up. Do you really want that? You really want that, Zem? Is this what you wanted? The heat gun ASMR? Is that what you wanted? Are you sure? Have I just never listened to their fucking self-titled album? What is this shit? Alright, chat, we're not done sucking. Ah! I touched on it. You know what? Hold on. I can do something. A camera catastrophe, a camera catastrophe might be imminent, chat. I lowered it a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like a solid half a foot. Where did Spotify go again? Is it because I keep minimizing it? Yeah. Yeah. So we just got to clean up all these holes. Still hard. Yeah. So I miss you, and I'm so sorry. All right. Sometimes when it don't suck, you need to add more solder to it so it has some more suckage. Through me. Bruh. Is it because of this fucking melted plastic here? Okay. Chat, don't do what I'm about to do. Don't do this. I'm legally obligated to tell you not to do this. God damn it. So, part of the part had melted to the board, and that was interfering with my sucking. So The quickest way to deal with that is to just melt it off, but obviously, don't fucking do that. Don't melt plastic. Now you kind of want to? Oh god, have I been a bad influence? Man, this one's been kind of stubborn. Wouldn't be his repair shop without plastic smoke huffing. No, it would not. Hi, nurse. Yeah. See, it goes away fast, so that means it's okay. You're only breathing in a little bit, like just little particles. I haven't gone insane from lead poisoning. What is this album? Why do I not know every other song? Fucking weird. How you doing, nurse? You could burn any plastic. You can go buy a soda and burn through that plastic. Through the PBA plastic. Okay, I think we're good. Let me go. Gamer plastic only. Gamer plastic only. If I wasn't supposed to breathe it in, why does it go into the atmosphere? Did I not get one? Oh my god. No, I didn't. How did I miss that? Kind of all of these are... Man, I just kind of fucked this one all up. I didn't fuck it up. I didn't do it well. Should have been done with this by now. If it's a PlayStation ones go by a lot smoother. PlayStation used much more malleable solder though, so that's part of it. The Xbox solder sucks. So typically, what I'm looking for when I'm doing what I'm doing, you can kind of see it bubbling up there. I wait for it to bubble up, and then suck. We give it the bubbles. The bubble sucks. There we go. It can't, it can't pollute the forest if you burn it first. Bad one. What's going wrong? Are these oh, yeah. I pixel. How you doing, Pixel? Everybody's loving the emote. Just burn the plastic so it doesn't pull. You know what? If you go and burn your plastic, burn your paper refuse, you won't see all this trash piled up in the medians on your drive to work. You'll have a clean environment. And then, with all the haze in the sky, you just put big fans, every couple of blocks and move it out. Just push it. Just push the pollution away. You keep trying potty yap. I wish you could have multiple triggers for an emote on Twitch. What temp do I keep my iron at for this? 825. It like anything below 825 does not melt Microsoft stuff. And it's just generally overall just I don't know, it gets everything. So I don't mess with it. Plus my Hako's kind of finicky, and if I touch anything, it's not worth it. So what you might not be able to see too well is one thing I had to be really careful about on this stick as opposed to this one is there is a MOSFET. I think that's a MOSFET. It's definitely a gate of some sort right here and a little filter. And you got to make sure you don't knock those off getting everything out. So anyway, we are now resoldering. Make skyscrapers. Can jet fuel melt Microsoft plastic? Chat, can someone explain to me how I'm seeing a new 9/11 angle literally every week? How am I still seeing new footage? I literally saw new footage today. It was from a like a helicopter perspective, like the pilot. No, it was definitely not AI. Uh, I hope I won't forget you. Okay, so unfortunately for Xboxes, unfortunately for Xboxes, I have to do an additional step because it's very limited the amount of controllers that support Microsoft's actual calibration software. It has to be like a super brand new controller. This one will not support it. So we add I love that. That's still my favorite 7TV emote, I think. We add one of these doohickeys. This is a stick drift fix mod, which it does fix your stick drift, but it is a temporary fix because of what causes stick drift. So what causes stick drift, since we have this excuse me. Since we have this other stick here, I will just pop it open and show you. So, the joysticks do the X and Y axis with potentiometers on both of these sides. Yo, Mobby, hello. But sticks do the movement with X and Y axis with these potentiometers, and it does the L3 R3 buttons with this little button right there. But what causes stick drift is inside these potentiometers you have these two metal bits here, and those make contact with this metal ring here. It has a little notch in it that touches on that. And this just physically wears down over time. And that causes stick drift. Now, sometimes, if you get it torn apart and you bend this back very carefully, you can get in there and clean it because it's just sort of like residue. That's just a temporary fix, though. You will never permanently fix it by cleaning that or by doing one of these. But adding these adjusts the voltage. Because, see, these are tied to those. And they adjust the voltage that gets sent out from this in a way that it lets you mitigate the stick drift. Now, why I am using it is because from the factory, and unfortunately, there is like one manufacturer of joysticks, and that's why every controller you have can and will get stick drift, because there's one manufacturer and they all produce them like this. Now, there are the Hall Effect sticks, which unfortunately I don't have access to from a distributor for Xboxes, but I do for PlayStation. But from the factory, they're not actually centered. Yeah, the TMR. They're not centered from the factory. So when we do the PlayStation controller later, I'll show you how I center that and calibrate it. But with the Xboxes, like I was saying, there's only software for the absolute newest controllers. So we use the stick drift mod to actually center it. So that's how we fix the issue. And unfortunately, this stick is the worst one to have it on because of that thing that's in there. So let's go ahead and add these to it. Take a deep breath. Come on now. You like learning things? Whoa. You'll learn maybe one or two things here. Okay, chat. I gotta be very careful here. Okay. So we're just going to let the solder come over it. That's why, like, if you were able to see it at all, it looked like I had a little too much solder. That's because I did. But we'll still add more solder because yeah, I didn't add quite enough. Now, you don't have to fully encircle it like I do. It just needs, like, literally any amount of solder, but I always feel more comfortable if I have it fully saturated. I don't know. Oh, I got a customer. Be right back. I also had zero idea that Robert Smith ever did a song with Blink 182 in 2003. Excuse me? I guess I just don't know their self-titled album. Yeah, that was a pickup for the priority repair that I did before stream. They were disabled, so I always put like if I have a lot of repairs on hand, if somebody that is very old, like 80s, 80, 90, or if they are disabled in any way, I always prioritize their repairs without any special expedition fee. I don't tell them I do that, but I do that. A lot of them are also like long time customers from the previous owner, so a lot of his clientele were very, I don't know, as they've realized that he no longer owns the business and I am the owner. A lot of them have been very I don't know, reticent to continue business with me, even though I've worked for that guy for 3 years before this. But yeah, so that's why I do that. Okay, we done. So let's put this fucker back together. Yeah, we have a lot we have a lot of people that come in that are literally like fucking 80. I have to do a lot of I do my best to not do software tech support for people because that can be quite frustrating. But yeah. Um I think I would have agreed with you before working here and owning it vibe, but it's pretty I don't know, kind of all around. Yeah, it's a pretty decent mix. Typically when people, God damn it, when find out how much they're gonna save. I personally, before I got into the business, would have just gotten new devices. That's just that's just like a me thing. I would prefer to have new instead of broken fixed, unless I fixed it myself. Which it's very easy to fix your own stuff, guys. Cell phones are so easy to fix. Actually, you know what? I will bring. Hold on. So, my the phone that I use at home exclusively for VTube Studio is a XS Max with a shattered screen for my previous job that I just kind of acquired. Um, that has the battery in that is starting to expand. So I will bring since I don't really get phones much anymore. I'll bring I'll bring that phone up to work and put a new screen and battery in it. You can see how fucking easy it is. You just figure younger people are more used to stuff that's built with the intention for you to replace it, whereas older people might be used to stuff that I definitely get that as like a thought, but in practice, no, it really isn't that way. People get so excited actually. Um, when you know they come in and they get their HDMI repaired, and I tell them, hey, you know, we can fix stick drift too, and they're like, oh fuck yeah, I have like 7 controllers at home because they all have stick drift, and then I'll get a bunch of controllers to fix. People get really excited over their controllers being able to be fixed. But no, it's a pretty good mix. And then you know with game console stuff, um, it's not 100% young people. I would say it's about 60% people 40 and under. 30% moms and dads getting their kids stuff fixed, and about 10% old people. Actually, uh, um, I had a PlayStation Slim come in 2 weeks ago from a guy that was God 76, I think he said. That's the other thing. All these old people that bring in consoles really want you to know how old they are. Honestly, anytime an old person brings something in, they tell you how old they are. Like, okay, I don't care. Frankly, you'd prefer repairing the stuff you have. Generally, after you get it repaired, it works better than buying new. Um, as long as you go to a good repair store, definitely. We have some we have a semi-regional chain that is like my major competitor here, called Battery Joe. Chat, never get your shit repaired at Battery Joe. They use the absolute cheapest stuff. That their prices are so cheap for a reason. If you are taking your phone in to get a battery replacement, which you should do, you should replace your phone battery every 2 years or so. If you don't intend to upgrade your phone, you should replace your battery every 2 years. That's what they're rated for. Um, if you are paying under $100 for your battery replacement, you're getting shafted. You're getting a very shitty battery that's not gonna run right. It's not gonna have a proper cycle on it, life cycle to it. Would you plug in? Thank you. And that's the thing. It's hard for me to compete with other places because my prices are higher than other places, but it's because I am using a quality part. And the thing that's really frustrating about it is too is the price isn't that much different. So like this is a midline battery. Um and sorry. So like for like an iPhone 11, you can get from my distributor, and Battery Joe uses the same distributor, Mobile Centrics. You can get an iPhone 11 battery, I think, for $5 part cost. For the absolute cheapest fucking piece of shit battery they have. And that's why a battery replacement at Battery Joe is going to run you like $50 because it is an absolute just piece of shit piece. That'll work maybe for a year, maybe. And then you have to get it replaced again. Or you spend $15 for the mid-range part, which is just fine. It maybe has about a year and a half, 2 year life, you know, which is on par. Or you have the Amcentrix Pro, which that is typically a $30 battery, and that's going to last you as an OEM. It will functionally be an OEM battery without being OEM. Can this fucking thing plug in? There we go. So yeah, just if you're ever paying below $100 for a battery replacement on your phone, go somewhere else because you're not getting a good product. Unless you're like repairing like an iPhone 6. I did an iPhone 6s button, glass, and there was something else to that. Oh god, was it a battery? It may have been a battery for like 120 bucks because like you have to go low on a phone that old. But if you have a new phone and you're not spending much, no, you're getting fucked. You love watching people repair stuff because it makes you happy and and know someone knows how. Yeah, yeah, no, it's and a lot of repairs are super easy. This one's just going slow because I'm yapping, but let me bring up my I gotta say I've not been too keen on Blink 182's self-titled album. What is this? It's gonna be Take Off Your Pants and Jacket or Enema of the State, or is it Take Off Your Pants and Jacket? Which one am I gonna like actually know? Oh, Take Off Your Pants was before their self-titled. Yeah, because Take Off Your Pants as a rock show. You know what? How about instead of album, we just do a randomized Blink 182? How about that? How about we do that? That sounds good. Okay. So it's gonna be gray, black, red, black. Okay. I can never keep that remembered. For thought I die alone. Main camera for that. Yeah. Okay. And I'm gone. Was this song about an actual suicide from somebody he knew as a kid, or is it a hypothetical? For some reason, I feel like it was an actual. Hi Nova. An actual story. I know When September Ends is about Billy Joel's actual dad dying of cancer, and he gets so mad that people like the song. You didn't have to release it, my guy. You find it funny some people are impressed the fact that I know how to build a computer. Yeah, that's the thing. Like there is literally nothing impressive about building a computer. It's literally Lego. It's literally Lego. You just need to do the most barest amount of research to make sure that you got compatible parts. But otherwise, it's just you just put it together and it's done. Time to spill the cup of apple juice in the hall. What? What are you talking about, Vibe? What are you talking about, Vibe? Okay, I need to add a little more solder to that spot. Oh, was that a lyric line? Whoops. Side of na 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 na. Either that or you're losing it right now. Well, here. Let's look at the lyrics, huh? You'll close it off. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, okay, there you go. Tell mom it's not her fault. The apple juice was the final straw. You know, some days that, I get it. I get it. You ever get your like keys lanyard stuck on the doorknob on a day when you're just not having it anymore and like that was it? That your lanyard catching the doorknob was the final thing that caused you to fucking have a mental breakdown? Or am I the only one? Am I the only one? Literally happened to you last week, except it was the pocket. Oh yeah. The pocket's okay. Oh no, it ripped. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's even worse. Because because then the breakdown is justified because you've just ruined something. With the lanyard, it just takes the keys out of your pocket. Man, speaking of sweater, it fucking snowed here in the Texas Panhandle this weekend, and now it's 75 degrees today. Fucking excuse me? Okay, so give me just one moment. I can't wait till I get home. So if you would like to test your controllers at home, chat, for stick drift or anything, this is the program that I use personally, and I will have up on screen here in a moment. If the stream ends, gets cut off suddenly, I will be right back. This USB port on my computer is literally like half a centimeter away from the power button, and I have pressed it more than once on accident. Cause like it's in the perfect spot to like get leverage. Well, that sucks. Oh! Yo, I don't need to calibrate this one. Now it could have been because of this calibrated it right, but I will still bring this up so I can show you. Oh, that went well, man. That that's not. Ignore that. typically I have to adjust this a little bit. I'll still show you what adjusting does. So will I be able? Yeah, you know what? I bet I can have both on screen at the same time. Hold on. I don't know how well it's gonna look, but make sure there's no. Okay. Well, I never thought I'd die alone. Okay, there we go. So you can see here how it's tied to the sticks, and the button presses will show up. Blah 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 blah. So we replace the left stick. You can see there it is pretty well and centered. It's almost impossible to get these to read 00. I consider centered as being under 0.0, preferably under 0.04, but 0.06 before you actually start to feel it in a game. Anyway, so you'll see here. So those two little these two little potentiometers here will affect this right here, this left side here, the numbers. So you see here, that creates the like standard like zone to be that far down. So if it was out of whack, you would just sort of slowly spin that potentiometer until you get 0, and you're never gonna get you never get like perfect 0. On Xboxes, you actually kind of can. You close, and in PlayStation's 0 is effectively what is it, 0.035 or something. I just get it as close as I can. And then, chat, and then after I do that, I spin it. And then I recenter it one more time. And I might do that 2 or 3 times, just kind of depending. No, yeah, Zem. You're not gonna feel it that low. So that's why I set it to be in that sort of range. Obviously, I do try to get it as close to 0 as I can, because that's gonna be best practice. But the one thing that really is unfortunate about this one, though, on the Xbox here, is you can see that this screw here comes very close to touching the potentiometer, and it'll be okay here, but if you don't get that perfectly lined up, that screw touching that potentiometer can like give you a bit of drift like right off the bat there. So and you can see here too how like just dragging the stick around, those numbers change, and it has something to do with the way the Xbox sort of cradles the stick. It doesn't happen so much with PlayStations, but man, like Xbox ones can just be all kinds of different numbers, so that's why you got to be okay with it being like under 500 or whatever. 500, 0.05. Anyway, let's finish this one up, and then I always test it one more time after fully putting it together. Just to make sure nothing fucked up, because that can and will happen. Oh, you're gonna try it? Yeah. If you need any help, post some pictures and I will try to guide you. I chat. Something I always forget to do is put the headphone jack back in. Always forget it. I don't know why. Like why? It's nice that it's a loose replaceable part, but fucking why? Yeah, yeah, no, it's nice to just get in there and see if that's gonna be what's broken. Because yeah, like I said, it's very likely this tooth here. I don't remember Jack. Was he nimble or was he quick? Damn it. I wish it plugged in rather than just sort of like sat there loose. All loosey goosey. I'm doing my best, Jan. I'm sorry. And then another thing you need to be careful about, Vibe, when you're putting it back together, these battery contacts are going to be loose, and you can very easily put it together with them under the plastic. So you want to make sure that you run those battery leads through the plastic. Otherwise, you're going to be very upset with yourself. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. You're ecstatic? Yeah, no. I much prefer PlayStation and Joy Cons over this. Switch Pro controllers are probably the worst to work on, though. They fucking suck. They have like this. They literally have a like fucking old style looking like IDE flex cable inside them. Zem. It's fucking awful. I'm gonna have to partially open one tomorrow to see if replacing a battery gets this thing to work. Otherwise, nope, you're done. The first time I worked on one, though, it was for a full, like, clicky button mod suite, so that was fun. Fuck. I forgot. I forgot. I could typically have this done a lot quicker, too, chat. This isn't necessarily how long it takes to do it, you know, it's just because I'm splitting my focus talking to you guys. But this is typically, I don't know, maybe a 30-minute job at most. So it's really not that long or difficult. Frankly, you have a fucking weird controller. The controller you have, you can switch. Whoa, yes. I've really wanted one of those controllers. Also, I'm so sorry if I peek. I really did get a cloud lifter for here. I never peek at home because of the cloud lifter. I didn't realize. I knew that thing was good. I didn't realize just how much it was doing for me. That's a MIDI inline thing for boosting signal, and it really helps. I have the microphone a little farther away from me at work than I do at home, so hopefully that helps a little bit. You want to talk about fucking weird controllers? This is some guy's Switch controller that he brought in that I made zero promises about repairing. So his R2 isn't functioning right, and I don't know how to get into this thing. I have no idea how to get into this. Is it that cheap? What? Is it that cheap? Oh my god. Oh. Alright, well, oh, okay, it wasn't cheap. It was magnets. It was magnets. Okay. Excuse me. That's actually a neat way to do that if you have replaceable shells. It's magnets that go over the screws that hold it together. I actually quite like that. I thought it was just really cheap clamps. Okay, well then we will take a look at that guy's R2 button, I guess. Ripe with that. Do you think Insane Clown Posse knows how magnets work yet? Do you listen? Protons, electrons. Of course I know. Of course, it's protons and electrons. Getting jiggy with it. Nah. Nah. Likely stories, science boy. Isn't there a video actually of Bill Nye the Science Guy with the Insane Clown Posse teaching them how magnets work? Or was that just a fever dream I came up with? I feel like that's a real thing. So here's your holiday. Okay, we're mostly put back together. I don't have these panels on. If it is, it's a fever dream we shared. I'm in. Oh, did you get it open? You get the fucking panels off? Make sure you're done with what you're doing before you put those panels on. Okay, they are still good and centered. The right stick is a little wonky, but he did not want that right stick being... going. Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, so you might vibe if you have super glue. You might keep it held together. So I tested out with this one. This one fully broke at the base, and I used some T7000 rubberized adhesive. I use this on fucking everything. This stuff is great. And this big tube is like $2. But yeah, if you have some super glue or something, you might can like affix it. That's not gonna be a permanent fix. But you know, it'll get you until you get some parts ordered. Yeah, yeah. It always breaks at the base. Can't really. Yeah, it always breaks at the base there, and glue may or may not work for you. It's not going to be a permanent fix, of course, but yeah. That's typically what it like if you can get it to press, but not consistently, it's going to be the tooth broken. If it's just not pressing at all, it's either going to be the tooth or the button itself. See, that's the thing, Zim. I charge $35 for one stick, or 50 for both, and I always tell them like, hey, you know, you'll probably be back within the year for the other stick. If one's going out, the other one's not far behind it, and they almost never want to do both. Actually, this guy specifically was one of those guys, and that's what he told me when he came in. Is I should have fixed it. On your face. He fucked her. A buck short. Do not use... The thing about hot glue vibe is like there's just not a lot of clearance. So if you use hot glue, make sure it's just like on that spot. Because otherwise it's gonna like be bumped out. It's gonna be bumped out and that's still not gonna press it correctly. Oh. Does Kahako have any like I don't know. Um um nail glue? That might be a thing. That might work better than hot glue. Okay, we were going to... I'm gonna go look up front for a second. Oh, I don't know what I thought I was hearing. Let's see. Okay, all right. Let's look, shall we? Let me undo that. Why am I on a live album? Well, yeah. I did like this Oliver Tree song with them. It's pretty good. I was quite excited for this one. Around. So let's see here. Let me see what my distributor explicitly calls that part. So my distributor, which unfortunately you wouldn't be able to order to as just a customer because you have to have a business. They're a wholesaler, so you have to have a business thing. My distributor just calls it LB/RB trigger button. So let's see. Yeah, I mean Amazon has them for like $10, $10, $15. You need to make sure you're getting it for the right controller though, because there are some slightly different styles that will not work. Let me see if these happen to be. No, those are the same. Yeah, I don't know where it is at the moment, but some of the older Xbox One controllers had a different bar. So just when you're looking at product images, just make sure that you're getting one that matches. Oh, those weren't even on. Yeah. So these are the same, but it's not guaranteed. So just make sure to really thoroughly look at the thing, and then also So PlayStation, I know exactly where to look for the model number, but those are both serial numbers. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, and it doesn't help that these are actually two different controllers too. Um, I'm not. I don't quite remember how to find out the serial for an Xbox. I'll have to look that up again. No. I mean that's the serial number. Sorry, I mean I was talking about the code number. So the PlayStation controllers. Where's it at? Where's my shit? Fuck. I was literally just messing with it. Anyway, the PlayStation. There are 5 versions of PlayStation controllers, and you can really only tell the difference by actually physically opening it up and getting the product code off the board. I couldn't find that, but I found this. I replaced this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Look at that. Look at that. They said they stepped on it. I don't believe that, but yeah, sure. Yeah. Also, chat. Is this silver or space gray? Is it silver or is it space gray? Is this one silver or it's space gray? I guarantee you you're wrong on both. Apple fucking sucks with their color schemes. There it is. Fucking right behind my drink. So these PlayStation controllers. Whoa, you might be deceived though, Vibe. Especially when it comes to the phones. They go back and forth on it on the phones. So, to figure out what actual model number of PlayStation controller you have, you have to get it apart. And I don't know why they chose to do it like this. There's plenty of room on this side to have listed it, so you didn't have to like fucking halfway fully disassemble this piece of shit. But it'll be on the reverse side down here. So this one. So this one, it's not really. It's BDM 010. So this is actually the first gen controller, and it goes up to BDM 050. And those 050 controllers are fucking cheap. Cheap plastic shit. Like so these I'd have to disassemble it more, but the L2 and R2s are they have, you can kind of see where it runs. Like there's like a tube there. Inside of there is a metal tube for this to hinge on. On the 050s, it's plastic, and it's fucking awful. It's really bad. But yeah, chat. Have you noticed how little I've been distracted by phone calls or customers today? Yeah, that's how all last week was with my Google delisting. I'm still waiting on people to get back to me about the Google delisting. However, I have actually been getting quite a few calls for game stuff this week, so that's been nice. Um, I have I have a lot more ads going right now, and I have a higher ad budget to try and make up for the delisting, and I think that's worked. Oh, I wouldn't say booming, but yeah. Shut up. I was very upfront with this guy. It's telling him that I don't typically work on aftermarket controllers just because of part availability and not to. I wasn't gonna make him any promises, but he dropped this off with like two Switch lights, a Switch OLED controller Joy-Con set, and this and a Pro controller. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Time for you to drive home. Oh, no worries. Do you see that? Do you see how that's at an angle? That shouldn't be at that angle. That's why it's broke. Wait. This is just like a pull out. You just pull out. We can just pull out. Where are my? There we are. Oh, that might be glued in there. Never mind. Honestly, this would probably be pretty serviceable because, like, that board here is just soldered there. So how is this attached? It's already broken. So... Yeah, that's not grabbing it very well. What about my $70 pliers? That definitely gripped it a lot better, but nope. How is this? Is it friction fit or is it? Ugh!
Dylan!
Was that?
You son of a bitch!
Impossibly loud for everybody else? I shed. Heikoma. That was so loud. It was so loud on my end. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Oh, it's not gonna. I'm not sure what's broken, but it's not saying. Someone's blasting your ears with it. I'm sorry. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. What are you guys doing over there? We're trying to get this aftermarket piece of shit going. Good. We just we just replaced we just resoldered a new joystick. We were trying to see why this aftermarket R2 button's not working, and it's a very obviously a broken piece. But it's like glued in there, so I can't get it out. And then after that, we're gonna be removing 2 joysticks for this customer. Yeah, thank you for the raid. If anybody doesn't know me, I'm Pahi. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we stream from my actual brick and mortar repair store, and then otherwise, Sunday to Wednesday and kind of Thursday, we play games at night. Tuesdays we typically do hand cam, but I'm not doing a hand cam tonight. I think we're gonna play Haste since that just came out. Man, I mean, I'd be a little rougher with this if it wasn't mine, or if it was mine, since it's already broken anyway. How is this in there, man? It's like friction fit, but it's plant. What the heck? Yeah, I wanted to see if I agree with it a little more now that it's out of early access. I liked it pretty well as it was, but it didn't have a very good soundtrack, I don't think. Okay, chat, I'm sorry. I can't do Blink 182 anymore. Let's do Oliver Tree. Okay, we almost got this out. It's just really friction fitted in there. Whoa, yeah, that is smashed it. So this is basically a clicky trigger out of a mouse, and it's physically smashed in. Like the plastic is it's 2 hours was it. I couldn't do it anymore. Damn it. See, it's like that whole button is like smashed in. This is just some customers aftermarket Switch controller. And his R2 wasn't working because it's fucking smashed in. It's an interesting, for a cheap controller, that's an interesting way to go about it. Just with clicky mouse switches. Anyway. You lost it? You lost it, Vibe? Excuse me? Why don't you just like take a toothpick, cut it off, and then glue it in there? Just the end of a toothpick. That'll work the same. It'll be about as secure until you get a new bumper. Or is Kohako gonna be generous and let you use her controller until your parts come in? Like the Split Pad Pro? Oh, I don't know what that looks like. Oh, the whole. Oh, you know what? Oh my God. Steel, this is a Temu version of the Split Pad Pro. That is 100% what this is. Like down to the button layout. What the hell? That is exactly what this is. Hold up. Let me get a good picture of it here. Oh my god. That is 100% what this is. Oh boy. And actually, it's more expensive because he said he paid $30 for this. Sad. Sad. All right, let's get this back together, and then we got another Xbox to. We'll have to do some cleaning on the Xbox controller too, because the customer stated apple juice was spilled on it. Wait a minute, huh? Oh, good. That's great. This cheap ass thing. Oh, phone call. Be right back. All right. That was a very chatty guy about his Xbox One's HDMI port and how he's already super tested it. Never believe them when they tell you that. Never believe them when they tell you that. Worth nothing. I really like Oliver Tree, chat. I know a lot of people are kind of mixed on him. He really hits it for me. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Steel. All right. So we're gonna get. So this thing had one screw that's different than the rest for some reason. Wait, did it? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, no, it didn't. What is it? What is this from? It's a flat. Oh, you can. I did have some like loose screws on this pad, so maybe that's where it came from. The single unidentified screw. No, it. What's worse is when you get a PlayStation 5 fully put back together and realize you forgot a screw, or an Xbox Series X and you forgot a screw. That's fucking. You guys have seen how many PlayStations I've done, how many fucking screws those have. If I will say, given the fact that a typical PlayStation 5 has 53 screws that screw that plate into place, if I've gotten it back together and I have one loose screw, I don't go back, chat. I just leave it out. It has 52 other screws keeping it together. So, these guys just gave me another controller. We're doing both joystick replacements and a shell swap. I don't get a lot of people wanting to do these, but I have these up in a counter up front, and the guy really wanted this, so. If it felt that bad, sorry if I killed you. Had your back. Yeah. Oh, you hate taking apart? I much prefer taking these apart over Xbox controllers. Enough that we're doing this one right now. Partially because I need to make sure that the shell is actually going to support this frame. They don't always. What is going on? They don't always. It's like one model that doesn't work quite right. You can never get them apart where the sticks are? Oh, well, let's see. So, chat, I also do something a little cheeky. I don't know I don't know if I should, how I should feel about it. So, I market my joysticks as 35 on the PlayStation. $35 for one, 50 for both, or $60 for both as Hall effect sticks. However, I just use Hall effect sticks regardless. Is that scammy? Do you guys feel like that's scammy? It feels a little scammy to me, but I don't know. Well, that one, hello. Oh, aren't they so nice? I wish these Hall effect sticks would work on the Xboxes, and I would just use those too. But yeah. All right. Oh, it's. I'm sorry. Mix It Up has been kind of fucky today. That one. I'm sorry. Let me reload it and see. I have a lot of stuff not functioning today. I think it's become a victim of the Twitch API apocalypse too. Because it doesn't want to connect. But I haven't had any trouble with the one at home. Yeah, it won't connect. I wonder if I need to update it. Anyway, it's all right. These can be hit or miss on if they're easy to get off or not. There we go. So I think, are you watching Cursive? I saw your little guy down there. Are you watching? I know you've been wanting to see a PlayStation controller, so here we go. So, you get this boy taken off. Which, wow, this one's... it's giving me some trouble. They usually just pop off. They have kind of hooks that go along the edge there. There we go. This controller's in a really clean, like, good condition. Like, there's not even really gunk in the panel. All right, so you pull that thing off, and then you take a little spudger. You pop the L1, R1s off. Good for nothing. Well, you'll get to see something I do a little differently with the PlayStation controllers as well. Because I have to cover some plastic so it doesn't get melted. Because it's very close to where I do stuff. Rather off alone, don't fight. So you gotta be careful when you're taking it apart at this level because now down near the ear headphone jack there are two. There's two clips. So you want to just pop those, and then at that point you just kind of gotta pop it out, and then you got the battery. Unplug that. You're gonna want to unplug the flex cables on the side there. You got little flex cables down here. So where are my actual tweezers? There we go. So yeah. No. It's. I do at least 2 of these a week usually, so I've gotten quite used to it. So the battery plate has a bottom microphone. I think a lot of people don't realize that one, the PlayStation controller has a microphone, and two, it actually has 2 microphones. It has one on the top and one on the bottom. So you want to get the bottom one unplugged from the battery plate. That, and then you have the one that runs around here, and you gotta be careful about this one too when you go put it back together because you can pinch a hole in it. You knew of one you didn't know how to? Yeah. I think it has something to do with like noise canceling and stuff, but you can get by with only having one be functional. So the thing with what that's nice about PlayStation as well, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show this. They label it. They label the colors actually. So like there's a Y here and a. Some of the models have a G. So this one it has a Y and R next to the Y and R. So, and black is always with red and green's always with yellow. So that it's easy to keep that together. Okay, and then whoop, there we go. There's your 2 sticks, and then this is the controller's speaker. I always just make sure I put it back in there so I don't lose it. But there you go. Yeah, it's super easy to get into. So that speaker is an easy thing to forget too. So if you let it like slide off and didn't realize it did that or something, just you always got to be like active about it. Okay, but taking these off is going to be much the same as it was on the Xbox. So not around. I just kind of do this as a practice. You don't necessarily need to do this on the PlayStation. It does make it easier though. What was it? Yeah, excuse me. It's one of the few games that actually really properly utilizes it. A lot of the controller features of the PlayStation are underutilized, especially like the advanced rumble features it has, like Astrobot and Astro Boy. Really Astrobot and the Astrobot demo. Really, I mean, because the Astrobot demo is a controller demo, like that's what it's for. So, but they really make use out of it that other people don't. Been down, back on town, like a sound, now. You know what? I have another lens that can zoom in quite a bit farther. It's like, so this is at a 55 millimeter. I have one that goes up to like 120. I might try that on Thursday and see how fucking close we can get in. That one's definitely for nature photography, and not this, but typically, or not hand cam stuff typically, but we'll see. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and swap around. Stay low key. It doesn't come through so well on camera. You can see where some of it gets fully sucked, and then other times it's sort of like mostly but not completely. That's just because I'm still, I don't know what I'm lacking in this desoldering skill, but it's just something I'm not doing quite right to fully get it. I don't know. It works well enough for me. All right, so something I did not do on the Xbox that I got to do on this one, because you can see here the R2 stuff, like the motors that like can make this go back slower and stuff, and like shake it and all that, get plugged into here and here. And you have the microphone points here and here, which are dangerously close to where I use my heat gun to get these off. So what we do in that case is make a heat shield out of copper tape. Less lonely. You just cover it up, and it helps dissipate the heat over the sheet instead of like on the spot, and that helps mitigate the chance of melting the spot. It doesn't. Sometimes you can still singe it, and other times you just fucking melt it. I've only ever had to replace one controller from melting a thing, so that's good. But that was pretty early on into me doing this, but like fully unusable melting. But just occasionally you'll still like singe it and stuff, and that that's fine. As long as it plugs in and connects, you're good. It's just kind of unavoidable sometimes. At least it's somebody of my skill level. All right, time to upset everybody with no heat gun ASMR. Muting. I don't know, Moby. Some people really like to hear this thing going. Oh, you do heat? You use a heat gun for your cosplay stuff? Like the shrink fit something or something? All right, let's check the plastic. Okay, we're good here. I'm a little worried about this one. No, we're good. Cool. Do I need to... Okay, this one is... okay, that one has one... Oh. This one has one I need to clear out, and this one, maybe two. Maybe I can get you to see the bubble in. No, not really. You can see it smoking though. All right. Ooh, no, this one has a couple. Still hot. Yeah, this one had a few that I needed to still clear out. That's okay. Yo, Dark, hello, welcome in. Did I touch the hot stove as a... Would you like to know what I did touch as a child? What is this? What is... I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that story with this song. Let's do my AO I'm feeling this playlist. Okay, so chat, as a child, I don't think I've ever told anybody this story. So you better appreciate what you're hearing, chat. I need a prop. Hold on. Okay, chat. Let's pretend. It's first time. It's gonna be a story. So I had to have been I think 9, maybe 10. So let's pretend that this is one of those like outlet plugs that turns one plug into 3. All right. So it wasn't coming off the wall. Like I needed it off the wall for I think maybe I had a big block that wouldn't fit because of it or something. In any case, I needed it off the wall. So I'm pulling it, wouldn't come, and then it finally comes, and the plug and the inside circuitry stays. The shell comes off. So me being 9 years old, it's like, oh shit. I grabbed the metal that's still plugged into the wall. Luckily, I think that was a bad circuit or something because I'm still alive, and I actually never got like any like singeing or anything, but little buddy always didn't make it. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about it. It came off the wall. I was like, oh shit, and then boom. I grabbed it like full on 2 fingers, boom. It shocked the shit out of me, and what? Oh, it's so loud to me. Why? Thank you for the follow. Why are my notifications so loud? Oh. Thank you for the follow. My dad never knew that happened. I don't know how I came out of that because like it wasn't just like a touch. It wasn't just like a touch. I grabbed it. I full on baby hand grabbed that shit. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the follow. I tell many messed up stories. That's how I gained my superpower to work with. Like, I don't know if that's how that works. I don't know how that's worked, vibe. All right, we're not done here. You gonna go try it? At that time, my dad lived in a trailer home, and I think if it had been a proper home and not a trailer, I probably would be dead. I say that, but that's also the same outlet that like my childhood computers were all plugged into. So maybe I'm just like Jamie Foxx in Amazing Spider-Man 2. A nerd that's okay with electricity. Okay, we're good. So, like I said, they didn't pay for Hall Effect sticks, but I give everybody Hall Effect sticks by default. Part of the reason, though, I do that is if I'm out of Hall Effect sticks, I will still use the standard sticks. So that's part of the reason why I don't say it, unless they're specifically paying extra for Hall Effect sticks, and then I'll make sure I order them for them and stuff like that. So that it doesn't feel scummy when I put it that way. It's just they're guaranteed Hall Effects if they pay $10 extra for the Hall Effects. Also, by the way, this panel here, this panel right here is where all of your buttons route through. From the so you have this membrane here that wraps around, and actually we'll get to see because I gotta we'll be swapping the frame, so you'll get to see. When I go live again later tonight, it's probably gonna be like, what do you mean scamming that goes on this chat? Are you talking about the 4 redeems for Hodor treats that haven't been fulfilled yet? She'll get them, okay? She'll get them. I just gotta get new treats or find the bag or something. She'll get them. When we go live tonight, it's probably gonna be like 9 o'clock like it was yesterday. Yesterday was unintentional. I was just very enthralled by that video that I linked in the Discord. Tonight, it'll just be because we streamed today. I think that's how I'm going to be doing it from now on. It just kind of depends on how I feel, too. But we will not be doing Hand Cam Tuesday like we typically do. Like I said, we're probably going to play Haste. Most of this smoke, by the way, Chad, is flux. It's not solder. It's flux. It's the flux burning. Probably shouldn't be breathing it in either, but you know, whatever. I believe Tits and VTS Pog have updated to function with the new API, so the boy might have his voice back, chat. Not tonight, but maybe next week. I'll try to get it fixed over the weekend. I have to make sure that I get all of my Twitch highlights backed up to my VODs channel on YouTube this weekend, though. I have like no time left. I only have like 100 videos left too, so it's, you know, it's blah 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 blah. But I think I've gotten a few follows from my VOD channel now too. Because after my last suite of uploads, I had some people like follow at like 5 a.m. So maybe. I don't know. I know Saber does really well with follows off of her YouTube channel, but Saber also streams off of her YouTube channel, and I don't do that. I don't do that. But yeah, you know, as long as you have the right equipment, having the right equipment is quite important. But it's I mean, you see how quickly I've been doing this. It's really easy to replace your joysticks. It's super easy in the Switch stuff, which we would have done if I hadn't gotten all this work to do today. So we'll do my actual refurb projects eventually, maybe. Maybe that's what one of my Tuesday handcam streams should just be, is like, can I fix your Quest 2 controller? Those those suck. Is it a joystick problem? Quest I'm probably gonna stop taking in quests, actually, to be honest. They are they have so much shit that is so packed in. I actually just did a Quest 2 I did a Quest 2 mid-frame swap the other day. I had to take it apart 3 times because I kept not getting a cable in. The controllers are even worse. What's going on with it specifically, Dark? Are you having a problem with the joystick? Because if you're having a problem with the stick drift, so like the switches. Oh, okay, so yeah. So cleaning it is not going to fix it. Like cleaning it isn't the problem. So this is a Quest 2 joystick. It's plug and play. It just has screws and it has a little cable that you plug in, exactly like the Switch controllers. It's the same thing. Cleaning it fundamentally won't fix it, because on the same principle as, you know, even though they're in a different like housing, they function the same way as these do, where they have a potentiometer that is physically being worn away, and so cleaning just has to be replaced. And so if you can get you know, you could probably get one of these joysticks on Amazon or something, and the actual replacement itself is easy enough to do, because again, it's not soldering. It's just 2 screws and a ZIF connector. It's just getting into it fucking sucks. Here, I will post you a link to the exact guide that I use when I repair these things. And then this website also sells parts. I've only ever used like 1 or 2 parts from the website. I'm sure they're totally, completely fine. And honestly, you should probably get it off of here rather than Amazon. I get all my parts through a wholesaler, so not everybody has that option, you know. Let's see here. Is it it's a Quest 2, right, or is it Quest 3? I think he said Quest 2. And there you go. It mostly sucks from the fact that it has some really tight angles to get unscrewed. However, you are going to need some specialized sized torque screw bits. You're not going to be able to do it with just a Phillips head. You will have to have I think on that one it's T3. Yeah, you're welcome. You have one of what? A T2 Torx? Or this kit, the Mako, the iFixit Mako kit. This thing is incredible. I highly recommend it. At 98% of the jobs I do with that with specifically that driver set. It's very rare that I have something where I can't use that. And if I can't use it, it's typically because I need the bigger kit. Okay. Cleaning the flux off, it's not required, but it's best practice on any kind of soldering job you do. If you're hurting for time or whatever, you can skip it, but it's always best to do it. And you should always do it when you're doing HDMI so it doesn't like leak up into the HDMI port. Okay, now we're going to do the shell swap. This will be fine. The touchpad is kind of a pain. Okay, so I'm trying to be mindful of the camera here. It's these are angles I don't typically do this stuff in. So I don't believe you need to take out the middle one. Of course, it could depend on the model. Like I said, there's 5 versions of the PlayStation controller at this time, and and then there's the Pro controller as well. But yeah, all your buttons are handled on that membrane here. You can see where there is the capacitative rubber parts where they touch, and that wraps around to this, and that touches the thing I was showing you earlier. The buttons, they're basically impossible to mix up because they are keyed to. So you see it has a tab here, 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 here. That can only fit in the one here. So with these shell swaps, I charge $30 for the swap, or if they let me keep their old shell, I only charge them 20. And what I typically tell the customer is that it's for I get money back as a trade-in. Uh, I keep them in case I fuck something up. they're an insurance. Don't understand. Let's make it work. Okay, so how does this come out? I haven't done a shell swap in quite some time. Let me get this other side out first. Oh, that's right. That's right. Those top buttons. Okay. Okay. And then here's the front microphone. Man, how does this come out? Ah, there we go. Okay, clips in. Okay, that little spring there, like clips into the edge there. Which is a little easier to see on this one. Boom. Okay, there we go. There we go. So this one is made a little differently, and I remember having this issue before, where the PlayStation logo doesn't quite. So you can kind of see here how it has like the actual like PlayStation like cutout, whereas this one just has like a generic sort of square. There's also one other piece that is easy to skip. There is a ring internally here that you need to transfer as well. And do I remember how to get that out? Yeah, okay, there you go. Boom. Just push on a tooth and it comes out. And then there are actually some controller mods where instead of a circle, you can get these in an octagonal pattern. So you have like a definite north, south, east, west, and corners. All right, so this one is the fucking pain in the ass part. I don't quite remember why at the moment, but I remember it being a fucking dick ass. Why was that? Why was that? Is it because I think it's because it's glued in. I believe that's the problem. Shit. Does this panel come up and out? It's been a long time since I've done a shell swap, so. How does this come off? Let's chat. Check. I fix it, huh? I get Excuse me? That's what I thought. This is a BM40, so it's going to be the version 4. No guides for that. Touchpad. Yeah. One thing it does, it goes through the entire fucking complete disassembly process for every guide. Excuse me? It's supposed to just lift out? What? That's no? Excuse me? No? Why would you lie to me like this? What is it called? It is there's like a clip or something. On this model. If I okay, cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, sure enough, on this model there was a extender clip, which is present. I don't remember that. Huh. All right. So we'll need to get this pad up off the thing. It's just glued on. So we got a little hole in there. Let's pulse some alcohol down. Now, you want to be careful because you're still putting a lot of torque on this thing. I might have to have this on my heat pad for a little bit. Oh, shit. I didn't realize how late it was, chat. I might not be able to finish this on stream. We typically end around 5, and it's a little past 5. Come on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to have this. This one's not coming off as easy as the other one did. It's always better to have it heated than putting pressure on it. Oh! Yo, okay, there we go. We got it. We're gaming. Okay, so yeah, that entire other side is both an adhesive pad and the actual like touch mechanic, which is also why you got to be very careful about using any kind of metal spudger like I was doing to try and lift it up. But yeah, so this just I'm not exactly sure how it reads your finger through the plastic. Maybe it's like electromagnetic kind of stuff, but yeah, just goes back on there. But let me add some. Ooh, ugh. I was gonna say let me add some of this T7000, but yeah, no, it's probably not a good idea. We'll just let it use its natural adhesive, which we'll come back to it. Yeah, it's already sticky, so. Okay. Yeah, it's still not on, right? You see, this is quite a fiddly thing to be messing with. These shell swaps. There we go. Okay. Screwing it up here. All right. We'll get that in there. Okay. Is that no? No, 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 no. That goes in like that. There we go. Right? Right? Yeah. 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 Hell yeah. There we go. Oh. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh. Okay, gotta be careful here. I fucked up. I didn't get it under that bar. There's a plastic bar that runs here from the main frame of the controller, and you gotta make sure that that's placed right, or you'll snap it. There we go. All right. Well, excuse me. Can you go in there, please? The hell is happening? There we go. You just kind of gotta cuss at things sometimes, chat, for it to work. That's just how it be sometimes, you know. How is this supposed to go in? I don't. You can tell I haven't done one of these in a while. The HDMI goes by way quicker. Ah!
Dylan!
Yo, Squirrel. Hello, welcome for the raid. Thank you.
Son of a bitch.
I'm trying to remember how things work here. Whoa. Oh, for subscribe for 3 months. Yo. Thank you for the reason. Hello, Comet. Welcome in. I'm trying to remember how this fucking ring goes in. What am I forgetting here? I don't do this part of the repair very often, so I have, okay, there we go. I will need to wait a little bit. Yeah, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well. We've been, well, our intention today was to refurbish some controllers, but I just had many controllers come in for repairs today, uncharacteristically. So this one, Comet, we just put 2 new joysticks on it because it had some pretty bad stick drift. Yo, you just got a congratulations. Now you got emotes. Did you already have some emotes lined up? But yeah, it had some stick drift, so we swapped out the joysticks with some Hall effect sticks, and they also wanted to do a shell swap. So we got that going for them. Yo, nice. We actually just got a new emote that our mod made for us the other day. That I've been quite happy with. The Apahi Sass emote. Okay, so now we are good to start getting fully put back together. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any sizing issues, so we're good there. We do so. Oh wait. Oh nope. I forgot a. You like it? Isn't it so good? Pixel did such a great job with it. If you hover over the emote, it should have the new thing where it gives attribution to the artist. And so it should link you to Pixel. She streams Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, typically, doing pixel art stuff. And she is also my oldest mod. He do be sassing, sassafrasing. Yeah, that is the kind of one thing that sucks about the shell frame is that the PlayStation button doesn't have the same sort of lock in it as come on, as the original does. All right, so now it's time to let's get the side screws in. Wow, I do be loving that cat slap too. That was a I think I found that on Fiverr. I don't remember. Fiverr or Etsy. I think Etsy. It was Etsy. But it's a very good Hodor emote. Okay, chat. Anytime you do these stick replacements, always always remember to put the thumb caps on before you put it in there. Also, chat, like I was saying, remember the speaker, which is gone, missing. Badass. I really need to order extras. None of this is moved outside of this area, and that fucking speaker's missing. Damn it. Where'd it go? You eated it? Oh. You're gonna get some thumpings going on in your tum-tums. I'm sure it's like, it's also magnetized, so it might be stuck to something. Did it fall on the ground? God damn it. Oh, what's this? It's a speaker. Where did that come from? I found it. Hey, whoa! I found the speaker. That was out of that destroyed PlayStation controller I showed you earlier. They're all compatible. So, unlike the Xbox controller we did earlier, where I had to do the this thing, I don't need to do that here. Because there is third-party calibration software for PS5s. Because more people have a PS5 controller. Yeah, actually, I think after I'm done here, I'm actually gonna. I've never looked for them on my distributor's website. I'm gonna see if they have them, and if they're like 50 cents, I'll just order a handful. I do misplace those quite often. I always eventually find them, but it'd be nice to just have some that I can grab and then worry about finding it later. Line. There we go. Okay, before we get too far, I like to always just press the buttons to make sure everything is like set up properly. Okay. Well, gotta run the front speaker. It has a little like run that it goes through, so you don't need to worry about it too much. Phone line. This one can sometimes be a pain in the ass to get in. But if you got good tweezers, you could do just about anything. A good pair of tweezers and a good pair of needle-nose pliers will get you far, chat. Get you far in life. Keep that in mind. Take that to heart. Needle-nose pliers and tweezers, and then if you can get it, a $70 pair of Snap-on pliers. This is probably the single best purchase I've made since I took over this business. These things are incredible. Largely, chat, because of the text. Come on. Because of the texture, which goes into the tip as well. It's just such a, it's so grippy. This right here, and like this texture on screwdrivers and stuff, that's called knurling. And this is just like really high quality steel knurling, and it fucking grips, dude. It fucking grips. It's gnarly knurling. Gnarly knurling, dude. Okay. So sometimes when you're putting PS5 controllers back together, there are some like ridges in there where these screws hit that you can get caught on. You just kind of gotta just shove it in. There's no real good way around it, and it doesn't get placed right sometimes. So then you gotta. These modified shells are not. I don't know. They are not like pools. I don't think that they've edited. Like I think these are like specifically manufactured for them. But I don't know. They're not 100% grippy. What is blocking this one? Oh. I'm not sure. Actually. Kind of seems like the battery? Or did I just not have it? No, okay, I didn't have it clipped. There we go. I didn't have it clipped in right on the top. The top, like getting it clipped in properly on the top is like critical. And then we'll get the PlayStation button in there. And so, unfortunately, the PlayStation button gets held in place by the that mid-frame bit, which isn't the best, but you know, it's whatever. And there we go. Fuck! I forgot the screws. Okay, let's take these off. Come on. There we go. You don't have to fully take them off to do the screws, so it's okay. What time we got? Oh my god, 5:30. Oh my! I've been on this controller for a long time. Shell swaps take a while. The shell swap took, I think, longer than the HDMI's did, but I think that more speaks to how more common. Sorry, joysticks, not HDMI's. How much more common the joysticks are for me to do over shell swaps. Come on. Well, what? Why does it work now? It used to not work. It didn't work last week. Hi, Penguin. That's so loud. Why is all my monitors so loud? Why does it keep going? Stop going! How you doing, Penguin? Come on, there we go. Okay. There we go. That scared the shit out of you, anonymous anagram. I'm sorry. Blame Penguin. Here we go. There's the Shellmon. Let me bring up the that was more work than usual because I don't typically do a shell swap. The joystick stuff was pretty quick. It's just I stumbled a little bit since it's been a couple months since I did a shell swap. Let me bring up the calibration software. Dual, yeah, PS2 controllers suck because they have that mystery, that little mystery bar that like goes under the D-pad that I've still never quite understood. Ika haka. We are about to calibrate PS5 controller. Yeah. Unsupported browser. Oh my god, I actually have to use Chrome? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, let's download Chrome. Why do I have to download Chrome for this? I hate having to use Chrome. Alright, give me a moment. It's probably because Chrome is able to have some sort of like system level access that it needs for these controllers. I need to turn down my system sounds so bad. They're so loud, chat. They're so loud. Oh, you didn't get me their vibe because Mix It Up's not working. Mix It Up ain't working. You Rick. All right, let's see here. Connect. All right, so you can see here these sticks are just by default they are dragon. So the first thing I do is I calibrate stick range. Because you can see here, like on top left, it's not on the left one, it's barely going, and the right one's going too far. So, okay, we'll save those changes. Okay, and then now we will do. I do the. It's depreciated, but it always seems to work fine for me. Just doing the fast calibrate that it does on its own. But I'll show you what. I can fix Joy-Con drift, Penguin, and it takes all of maybe 10 minutes, if that. It is a it's a part that's basically just this. It's just a plug and 2 screws. It's super easy to do. It's actually what we intended to do today, but I got customers with controllers, so. But yeah, you can see here, they are perfectly centered and perfectly ranged. This one, like, sometimes they'll jerk a little bit. That just has to deal with how they're seated in the thing. And then I always also pop it up in the gamepad tester program as well. So you can see here that it's a little jerky. Sometimes that just has to deal with exactly how it's seated against the sensors or something. I'm not exactly sure, but you can see here where I was talking about how you physically cannot make it be 0. On PlayStation, 0 is 0.00392. I don't know at all why that is. I'm sure there's some technical mumbo jumbo for why that is, but checking the buttons. Okay. And L3, R3. Okay, this controller is done. And that is how you do the thing. Why is everybody dancing? Did somebody... Oh, there we go. There's the sub. Everybody was dancing for some reason. It took a while for that to come. Thank you for those 6-month resub, Penguin. So anyway, chat, I'm going to have to call it there for the night. We are 40 minutes over when I typically end these streams. So, but yeah, I will be back online at about 9 o'clock. Probably with haste. I think that's what we're going to play tonight. Yeah. 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 Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see. Who are we going to raid, chat? Who should we raid? Who's online? I followed the VTuber that was part of the 2-hour 16-player Game Boy video that I linked in Discord and was talking about last night, because this is kind of what they do on stream too. So if they're live, we'll go raid them. But let's see here. Oh, is this showing up? Okay, no, it's not. You don't need to see my private information, chat. They seem pretty neat. They do like hardware mods and software and all that stuff. They are not online, so do we want to give Pochi a raid? We rarely get to give Pochi a raid. We rarely get to raid Pochi. Pochi's playing Bravely is that what they're playing right now? Bravely Default? No. What did I type that in? Let's see. Pochi. Octopath, excuse me. They're playing Octopath. Bravely Default is getting a remake coming out soon. That's why that was on my head. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good time with this. Maybe we'll do our Joy-Con refurbs on Thursday, and you guys can see how fucking easy it is to repair a Joy-Con. Instead of paying $90 for new ones. But anyway, yeah, we'll be about 9-ish or so tonight. Until then, I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Bye, penguin.